Hey guys, welcome to Signs and Wonders. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you to all my Patreons and channel members. James Snap Jr. is coming to the show on the 3rd or the 4th, I think, and we are going to talk about the Book of Enoch. So make sure you guys join us for that. That will be exciting. Please remember to give the video a like and subscribe. Also, leave a comment down below. Alright guys, today is November 3rd, 2020, and this is your End Times News Report. Turkey pushes new tensions with Greece despite earthquake. Turkish officials said on Sunday that Greece was complaining in vain and that Turkish research activities would move forward. However, the Foreign Ministry's statement betrayed the reality behind the research. Most countries in the world don't conduct research just off the coast of their neighbor using military vessels. Turkey uses a navigational notice known as a navtex to lay claim to waters that are actually off the Greek island of Castellorizo. Ankara claims that Greece has a maximalist claim and that Turkey must use these naval notices to patrol around the Greek island. Our country will continue its activities in the region within the rights based on international law, says Turkey. Those dirty Turks. In fact, international law favors Greece, and no other country uses navtex notices as a way to harass their neighbors. The new naval provocation takes place despite a recent earthquake that damaged Turkey's city of Izmir. Greece used the earthquake, which also affected its island of Samos, to offer aid and reconciliation with Turkey. The response by Ankara was more threats. Even as rescue teams toil over the rubble of buildings in Izmir to find signs of life, a 3-year-old girl was miraculously pulled from the rubble on Monday after surviving 65 hours. Turkey's far-right regime prefers war games and conflict to caring for the damaged city. Typhoon Goni fears after Philippine town said to be 90% damaged. A typhoon which slammed into the Philippines on Sunday may have damaged 90% of the buildings in the first town it struck, according to the Red Cross. Philippines Red Cross chairman Dick Gordon said an assessment suggested that Verac, home to 70,000 people, had been severely damaged by Typhoon Goni. At least 16 people lost their lives after the storm made landfall on Sunday on Catanduanes Island as a super typhoon. Goni has now been downgraded to a tropical storm. Civil defense officials estimate about 370,000 people have been displaced by the storm and tens of thousands of homes have been destroyed, though the capital Manila was largely spared. Catastrophic hailstorm and a month's worth of rain in an hour slammed Queensland, Australia. A catastrophe has been declared in Queensland after severe thunderstorms, tennis ball-sized hail, and flash flooding pounded the state's southeast on October 31st, 2020, with Brisbane receiving a month's worth of rain in an hour, 3 inches in 1 hour, according to the Bureau of Meteorology, or the BOM, B-O-M. It was the first catastrophe declaration for the 2020-21 natural disaster season, with insured losses estimated at $60 million, thousands of emergency calls reported, and 42,000 people left without power. Severe thunderstorms and hail up to 14 centimeters or 5.5 inches in diameter pounded the state's southeast region. Beechmore recorded 80 millimeters of rain, while the upper Lockyer received 70 millimeters or 2.7 inches, which was a month's rain in the space of an hour, according to the meteorologist Philim Hanifi. The amount of rain was very hard to get rid of, said meteorologist Russa Huff. It was very damp indeed. The hail was as big as my shoulder, said local Boston Wilcox. That's some big hail, eh, guys? It was pretty big, he goes on to say. Yeah, I bet. It was the size of your shoulder. That's pretty big. It just started hailing into the room. The whole house and my whole room collapsed. Springfield Lake student Dominic Parillo described. Wow, that's insane. The violent weather resulted in flooding and damages, with the Insurance Council of Australia receiving more than 5,000 claims. The estimated loss amount to $60 million, the majority of which were motor vehicles, while the rest were house damage, including roofs, solar panels, and skylights. Among the hardest hit suburbs were Springfield, Rosewood, Greenbank, and Borinia Heights. Hurricane Ida forms in the Caribbean Sea. Life-threatening storm surge, catastrophic flash flooding, and landslides are expected. Tropical storm Ida formed on November 1st, 2020 and strengthened into a hurricane at 0900 hours on Monday, November 2nd. The official forecast calls for rapid intensification, and Ida could very well become a major hurricane when it makes landfall in Nicaragua. Since Ida is likely to be a very slow-moving system after it makes landfall, torrential rains and flooding will be a major threat. Life-threatening storm surge, damaging winds, flash flooding, and landslides are expected across portions of Central America. Iran begins annual Air Force drill with drones and fighter jets. Tehran. What do they call it? Tehran. Iran. It's Iran or Tehran? Tehran, Iran. Iran's Air Force began an annual drill Monday, state television reported, with its aging fleet of US and Russian-made jet fighters taking part alongside locally made drones and other aircraft. The drill will see forces from 8 air bases take part over 2 days in exercises that include missile firing and mid-air refueling. This is the second drill Iran has held since a decade-long UN arms embargo on Iran that barred it from purchasing foreign weapons like tanks and fighter jets expired earlier in October. Oh, that's nice. Iran reportedly is interested in purchasing new aircrafts as it still flies US F-14 Tomcats alongside F-4s and F-5s dating back to before the 1979 Islamic Revolution. Why not, eh? Let's just give them the best stuff we got, strap them with a couple nukes, and let them have her, eh, guys? The embargo expired as planned under her historic 2015 nuclear deal. Yeah, that was historic, alright. Between Iran and world powers, despite objections from the United States, which unilaterally withdrew from the accord under President Donald Trump. Media cheers thank God for abortion music video. Oh, this is so gross. It's so outrageous, guys, that it's almost funny. Some of you remember we exposed this disgusting piece of trash video live a couple weeks ago. Well, this article is about that video because now it's all over the news. This just goes to show the fallen world we live in and how we are getting closer and closer to a real-life book of Revelations. There are many ways to perform an abortion. Pills that expel the baby's body, suction vacuums, how nice is that, eh? Injected drugs that cause a cardiac arrest. But there's only one result, death. And this death is worth celebrating, according to one abortion activist. And she says God is still cool with her. Viva Ruse, an artist in residence for abortion group Shout Your Abortion, or SYA, recently created a music video for her Thank God for Abortion anthem. I don't know about you guys or if there's any other young men or men watching, but there's something about this girl that I just find repulsively disgusting. And usually I don't say that. I don't know what it is. It's probably like, maybe it's her shirt, or it's just, I don't know. I'm not a homosexual. I really love women, but like this girl, for some reason, when I look at her, I just see like sheer disgust. She just disgusts me. I was just wondering if there's any, like, even if she wasn't wearing the shirt, it's like she puts off an aura of like disgusting just energy. If there's anyone else that feels the same way, leave a comment, let me know. The video released on October 13th stars Ruiz as an abortion pope inside a church, complete with a choir of transsexual twerking dancers. In response to her efforts, media outlets from Jezebel to Bust magazine applauded Ruiz. Ruse isn't new to abortion activism, yeah, no doubt. She has served as a panelist for Planned Parenthood, participated in abortion art exhibitions in New York City. Ugh, could you imagine the disgusting satanic place that would be? An abortion art exhibition? I don't even want to think about what that would look like. And founded her own group, Thank God for Abortions, or TGFA, in 2015. I can't wait till this girl actually meets God. In an SYA video earlier this year, Ruiz, or whatever her name is, R-U-I-Z, said that her divinely guided project began because I was upset about people being offended by this idea of God being all right with abortion. When I know that it is true that God is all right with abortion. Yeah, okay, lady. Raised Catholic and having had multiple abortions herself. So disgusting, she's so disgusting. Ruse infuses personal, it's probably more like 10 or 15. She's had multiple abortions herself, and she's clearly proud of it. Ruse infuses personal experience into her work and repurposes Catholic ritual and dogma to bring spirituality and faith to people having and providing abortions, according to SYA. That's her stupid group. That's exactly what Ruiz tries and fails to do with her latest project, the world's first Reggaeton Pro abortion pop video. It's about my body, Ruiz chants with a choir in her music video. We demand sovereignty. Abortion rights safe and free. Legal, safe, and free. I don't suggest, if any of you guys haven't watched it, I don't suggest you do watch it, but maybe if you want to like purge or your stomach's not feeling good and you want to like expel everything in your stomach into the garbage, then check the video out. Just type in "thank God for abortion" and you'll see it on YouTube. It'll give you a good purge and a good puke. Better than Ipecac. Pacific Ring of Fire. More earthquakes and volcanoes strike this week. And thank you, Bella, for sending me this story. Earthquakes and volcanic eruptions have been rattling the Philippines, Indonesia, Japan, Alaska, and California this week. I guess they just leave out my country, even though I live right in the middle of the Ring of Fire, but we're not important enough. The Pacific's Ring of Fire has become restless recently, with volcanoes activating and earthquakes shaking the Earth's crust. The biggest recent quake since Mexico's 8.2 last September happened on Tuesday in Alaska. It registered a 7.9 on the Richter scale and prompted tsunami warnings. School students were sent to shelters, but no waves struck. Seismologists said this was because the earthquake was within the Pacific Plate and was a so-called strike-slip earthquake. Luckily, this kind of quake does not cause any lift in the plate, which causes tsunamis. Plates are a part of the Earth's crust when they slip past each other. Other quakes included a 6.4 off the East Russian coast yesterday and a 6.4 off Japan on Wednesday. On Tuesday, a 6.1 rocked Jakarta in Indonesia, causing buildings to sway and office workers to flee in terror. And on Sunday, a 6.3 earthquake shook northern Chile. Vatican breaks silence on Pope's gay civil union remarks. The Vatican says good old Pope Francis's comments on gay civil unions were taken out of context in a brief documentary that spliced together parts of an old interview, but still confirmed Francis's belief that gay couples should enjoy legal protections. The Vatican's Secretariat of State issued guidance to ambassadors to explain the uproar that Francis's comments created following the October 21st premiere of the film Francesco at the Rome Film Festival. The Vatican nuncio to Mexico, Archbishop Franco Capacola, posted the unsigned guidance on his Facebook page Sunday. In it, the Vatican confirmed that Francis was referring to his position in 2010 when he was Archbishop of Buenos Aires and strongly opposed moves to allow same-sex marriage. So why is he not opposed to it now then? Instead, he favored extending legal protections to gay couples under what is understood in Argentina as a civil union law. He's just being a politician, you know. He's trying to get every voter on his side. He's just as corrupt as politicians. White House lockdown. Non-scalable fence being built to protect Trump during Election Day unrest. 250 National Guards on standby. See, this is why Trump can't be the Antichrist, guys. You're trying to tell me that Trump is loved by everybody in the world because the Antichrist is going to be loved by everybody, right? It's going to be like a facade. They got to build an unscalable fence just to protect this guy because he's hated so much. And I'm not saying that I hate Donald Trump personally, guys, but you have to admit that there's a lot of people, especially leftists and females, that hate Donald Trump. So, anyway, federal agents are set to begin building a non-scalable fence around the White House. Ellipse and Lafayette Square, hopefully I said that right, and 250 National Guardsmen have been placed on standby to protect President Donald Trump during any Election Day unrest. Major riots and destruction have been promised by leftist extremists should President Trump win re-election. The White House on lockdown. A federal law enforcement source tells NBC that beginning tomorrow, crews will build a non-scalable fence to secure the White House complex. We just heard that. On Ellipse and Lafayette Square. Jeff Bennett from NBC News tweeted, a tweet. 250 National Guardsmen have been put on standby reporting to Metro Police officials. Thank you guys for watching. I love you all. Please subscribe. Don't forget to like the video, and God bless you and your families.